I thought my life was over, until a little girl came along and taught me how to rise again. I'm a 27-year-old man, the only son of my parents. Since I was a child, I was passionate about running. Everyone noticed I had an extraordinary speed, something beyond normal. My parents supported me and enrolled me in a sports club. I competed regularly, collecting medals and trophies that decorated my room. But it wasn't enough. My true dream was to compete in the Olympics. One day, during training, I broke a new personal record. A club official came to me, smiling wide. "You've been selected to represent us in the Olympics." In that moment, I felt like I was flying. I imagined myself on the podium, receiving the gold medal. I imagined my mother clapping, tears of pride in her eyes. But in one single moment, everything collapsed. I was driving, lost in my dreams, and suddenly, a crash. I woke up days later in a hospital. My mother was crying beside me, fear in her eyes. Then the doctor walked in and told me the truth that shattered my soul. "You've suffered a spinal cord injury. You'll never walk again." Time stopped. It felt like someone tore my future apart with their bare hands. All my dreams, destroyed in an instant. I refused to believe it. I rejected reality. I existed physically, but my soul was gone. I stayed in the hospital for a long time. My health declined. My spirit, it collapsed. One day, I was taken out to the hospital garden in a wheelchair. I sat there, silent, drowning in darkness. And then I heard a laugh, a child's laugh. I looked and saw a little girl, no older than 10, sitting in a wheelchair too, playing with a nurse. She was hiding his keys and giggling when he couldn't find them. She came up to me and said, "You're sitting in a chair like mine." And she laughed. We sat together, we talked, and for the first time since the accident, I laughed. I laughed at her jokes, her spirit. Then I told her my story. She looked at me and said, "You're lucky. You had 27 years walking on your legs." Me? I was born in this chair. I never knew what the ground feels like under my feet. I asked, "But how can you smile?" She answered with a grin, "Because I still have so much to be happy about. I can see, I can hear, I can talk, I can enjoy life, while others can't do any of that." I fell silent. Her words were stronger than any medicine. From that day on, I went to the garden just to see her. She gave me a new lesson every single day. Then one day, my mother told me there's a small chance I might walk again. She said, "If you waste this chance, you'll regret it forever. Don't give up." That night, I couldn't sleep. And in the morning, I made my choice. I would fight. I would start treatment. I told the doctor, "I'm ready. I'll do everything. I'll give it my all." And so began my long journey of physical therapy. It wasn't easy. It took me 1 year and 5 months, of pain, of patience, of persistence. But I stood, one step, then another, and I returned to running, slowly but steadily, and she was with me every step of the way, every smile, every cheer, every word she said. It pushed me forward. One day I told her I'd be joining a local race. I came to her for encouragement, like always, but she was silent. Her face had lost its usual brightness. I asked her, "What's wrong?" She said, "I have surgery coming up, and it's risky. I might not be here anymore after it." I hugged her. I begged her not to go through with it, but she smiled and said, "Maybe. I'll get my chance too, to stand on my feet, like you." Her surgery was scheduled for the same day as my race. I ran the race, with her voice echoing in my ears. I fought hard, and I won. First place. I rushed to the hospital with the good news, imagining her smiling, laughing as she heard it. But when I arrived, the place was heavy with sorrow, tears in the nurse's eyes, silence everywhere. I asked, and the answer shattered me. She was gone. I lost her voice, her laugh, her spark. I lost the little girl who brought me back to life. I spent a whole month locked in my room, crying like a child. But then, I gathered my strength. I stepped out of the shadows. For her. For what she taught me. She taught me that hope never dies. That life is still worth living, even in pain. We live this life only once, so let's fill it with something worth remembering. Something worth telling.